focus on what you're trying to do.
Darrell said it was like, he came into the huddle and it was like you guys had 6 downs to move the chains and 5 minutes to play with.
Yeah.
Like he didn't know where this confidence is coming from.
Yeah, the biggest thing is how we train, how we practice. We practice for situations like that, and you know that it's going to take all 60 minutes, and last game was a perfect example. It took all 60 minutes. And we had to make it happen.
You were the first one on the pile too.
Yeah.
Marvin said you were smothering him.
Yeah, I was just so excited. I got over there and I was gonna try to pick him up, and when I got there, I just kind of fell, and everybody else jumped on top of us. So.
Did you get worried too?
Oh yeah, I was laying right on top of him. I was more worried for him, because I was on top of him and everybody else jumped on top of me. So I was more worried for him. But it's one of those things. It's just part of the excitement.
How's this year been for you? Last week I asked you about the fifth year, the 2005 getting redemption. Mm-hmm. Does it feel like a little bit of a personal deal for you because you lost your job last year? It's got to hurt your ego,
Oh yeah, I mean that was tough, but it's just part of the whole experience, and I learned from it, and it makes this year so much more exciting and fulfilling, just for myself, and I know as a team it's just very fulfilling. For all the hard work that we go through to see the results like we've had so far, and just hopefully these next 4 weeks will pay off for us and we continue to work hard.
How do you pick yourself up? How do you get you lose your job? How do you come back?
You just gotta have an understanding that it's part of college football, and if whatever doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, and. It was like I said. I learned a lot from it, and I think it probably made me cherish it more. Coming into my last season, that it's an opportunity that a lot of people don't have, and what can you make of it?
Do you feel like you've come back a better player?
I think so. Do I wish I could play better? Still, of course. But I think my biggest thing for me coming in this year was being consistent. I feel like I've done a good job with that. Can I still take that to another level? Of course.
I asked Brian about your size. I mean, you go against 300-pound guy every day, or actually probably more than that.
Yeah.
How do you compensate? Because right now you look like you're already almost in the offensive lineman losing weight.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You just got to rely on your technique and fundamentals. Especially being an undersized guy, that's what I can make an advantage. I'm not a bigger guy. I can't use brute strength, so I got to use those the techniques and fundamentals to get a step ahead. And when you do that, it does help a lot.
How do you neutralize 320 pounds coming at you?
Like I said, it's fundamentals.
But what is that? What is it?
It's just being consistent with what you're doing. It's in the pass game, it's getting your hands in quick, getting your feet set in the ground. In the run game, it's getting on their chest fast, and keeping low pad level. And there's a lot of little things you can do to neutralize that, and it's stuff that I try to focus on.
Being a guy who lost his job and coming back and being a leader, there must be something inside you that where you just know you can kind of assume that role again, because a lot of guys wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think I took it more as being a senior, and it's kind of being called upon, to assume that role, and I think that's the same for all of our seniors or anybody that's been on the field with a lot of experience. You got guys like Adrian this year definitely have stepped up in that role, and it's just, if you have the experience, it's just being able to take that and utilize it to help out guys that aren't as experienced.